If you've saved $10,000, first, congratulations, because most people never get there. But here's the problem. What you do next matters more than how you saved it. Because $10,000 can either be the foundation of your wealth or just another reset back to zero. And the difference comes down to one thing: your next move. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what to do next so that your $10,000 doesn't just sit, but starts working. Welcome to Keats Money Mindset, where the goal is simple: build assets, break cycles, create freedom. Most people don't realize saving money is only the first level of the game, because saving requires discipline, but building wealth requires strategy. And those are two completely different skills. There are people who are great at saving, but never become wealthy. And there are people who understand how to deploy money and accelerate far beyond their income. So if you're sitting on $10,000 right now, you're at a decision point. You can either keep playing the saving game or start playing the wealth building game. And what you choose next will determine which direction your financial life goes. Saving your first $10,000 is not just about money. It's about behavior. It means you've proven something. You can delay gratification. You can control spending. You can build momentum. Example: someone saves $10,000 over 2 years. That discipline is more valuable than the money itself. But here's where most people go wrong. They treat $10,000 like a finish line instead of a starting point. And because of that, they slow down. They relax. They reward themselves. And they lose momentum. But in reality, $10,000 is where the game starts to change. Because now you have enough capital to make your money start working for you. Because $10,000 represents something deeper than money. It represents control. Control over your habits, control over your decisions, control over your financial direction. And once you have that level of control, you have leverage. But here's the key. If you don't apply that discipline to investing, you end up restarting the cycle: saving, spending, resetting, repeating. And that's why many people reach $10,000 multiple times, but never move beyond it, because they don't change what happens after they save. But the moment you shift from "I save this money" to "I need to grow this money," that's when everything starts to change. Before you grow your money, you have to protect it. Breakdown: emergency fund, 3 to 6 months, high-yield savings account. Let's look at an example. If your monthly expenses equals $2,500, you need at least $7,500 protected, because if you skip this step, one emergency can wipe everything out. And this is where discipline becomes strategy, because protection isn't exciting. It doesn't grow fast. It doesn't feel like progress, but it creates stability. And stability allows you to take smarter risks later. Because without protection, every unexpected expense becomes a setback. But with protection, you stay in the game. And staying in the game is how wealth is built. And protection isn't just about emergencies. It's about confidence. Because when you know you have a financial cushion, you think differently. You make better decisions. You take smarter risks. Without that foundation, every decision feels urgent. Every setback feels bigger than it actually is. But with protection in place, you give yourself space. And space allows you to think long term. Because wealth isn't built under pressure. It's built through patience and positioning. And protecting your money is what allows you to stay in position long enough to let it grow. Here's the mistake most people make. They save money and then do nothing with it. But money sitting still is losing value. Example: inflation slowly eating purchasing power. So the question becomes, where should it go? Because idle money feels safe, but it's quietly costing you. Every year your money sits, it loses potential, not just from inflation, but from missed growth. And over time, that missed growth compounds. Because the earlier your money starts working, the harder it works, and the longer it works. So the real risk isn't investing, it's doing nothing. And this is where many people misunderstand risk. They think investing is risky, saving is safe. But in reality, there's risk on both sides. Because when your money isn't growing, it's slowly losing power. You just don't feel it immediately. And that's what makes it dangerous. It's quiet, it's gradual, but over time, it adds up. So the real question isn't, is investing risky? It's, what is the risk of doing nothing? Because doing nothing might feel safe today, but it can cost you tomorrow.
Once your foundation is set, it's time to invest. Here are some options: index funds, ETFs, retirement accounts. Example, invest $500 per month over time. This is where compounding begins. And compounding doesn't feel powerful at first. It feels slow, almost invisible. But over time, it becomes unstoppable. Because your money begins to grow on top of itself. And eventually, the growth becomes larger than your contributions. That's when things start to accelerate. And this is where patience becomes your advantage. Because most people underestimate how powerful consistency is. They look for fast results, quick wins, big returns. But wealth doesn't usually work that way. It builds slowly, then suddenly. And the people who benefit the most from compounding are the ones who start early and stay consistent, not the ones who try to time everything perfectly. So when you start investing your $10,000, you're not just investing money, you're investing time. And time is what turns small amounts into something meaningful. This is where many people lose it all.
Here are some obvious mistakes. Buying a car. Lifestyle upgrades. I deserve this spending. Because emotionally, $10,000 feels like a reward. But this is where mindset matters most. Because if you treat $10,000 like disposable money, it disappears. But if you treat it like seed money, it grows. And that one decision can change your financial trajectory. And this is where identity comes into play. Because how you see that $10,000 determines what you do with it. If you see it as extra money, you'll spend it. If you see it as progress, you might protect it. But if you see it as opportunity, you'll grow it. And that shift in identity is what separates people who build wealth from people who stay stuck in cycles. Because wealth isn't just about money. It's about how you think about money. And once that mindset changes, your behavior follows.
Wealth isn't built from one decision.
It's built from systems. Income to invest, to repeat. The goal isn't to invest once. It's to invest consistently. Because systems remove emotion. They remove hesitation. They remove inconsistency. And once your system is in place, your money starts moving automatically. And over time, that consistency compounds into results. And systems are what turn effort into results. Because relying on motivation is unreliable. Some days you'll feel discipline. Some days you won't. But systems don't rely on how you feel. They run regardless. And that's what creates consistency. Because once your system is in place, your money moves whether you're thinking about it or not. And over time, that consistency removes friction, removes hesitation, removes doubt, and replaces it with progress. Because the goal isn't to make one good decision. It's to create a system that keeps making good decisions for you.
$10,000 isn't the goal. It's the beginning. Because what you do next determines whether you stay stuck or move forward. And the people who build wealth don't just save money, they deploy it, they direct it, they use it intentionally. And that's the shift from saving to building. If this video helped you understand what to do with your $10,000, then don't just watch, take action. Like this video so more people can see it. Drop a comment and let me know, what's your next move with your $10,000? And most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Because here on Keith's Money Mindset, we don't just talk about money, we break it down in a way that actually makes sense. No hype, no complicated strategies, just practical insights you can apply immediately. This is Keith's Money Mindset, where we build assets, break cycles, and create freedom. And I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.